Welcome back everyone for a fateful 11 Stranger Things 5 watch party. With the show's finale on the horizon, all focus is on what will be the ultimate fate of our heroes, especially 11. Well, in a recent podcast interview, Millie Bobby Brown revealed that she knows her character's ultimate fate.
I just saw my ending and thought, oh, and then I walked away very slowly.
To the casual observer and other creators, it may seem like Millie gave nothing away. She just mentioned that she knows 11's fate. However, you and I rise above the average fan. By giving her reaction, there is quite a lot we can deduce about what the Duffer Brothers have in store for Elle at the end of the series. It's simple deductive reasoning. We have to look at her reaction and then decide which plausible endings would give her that reaction. Plus, we have to consider potential other endings and what reactions those would give her. While it's not absolute, I think we can get reasonably close. The first question on everyone's mind is, will 11 die? As the superhero of the story, she has essentially been the focus since season 1. She was the odd girl with powers.
She's our friend and she's crazy!
Exactly. So it is reasonable to assume that maybe it ends with her dying. Perhaps she has to sacrifice herself to save those she loves and Hawkins. It would be a noble death, worthy of a hero. Plus, if she's not strong enough to beat Vecna outright, maybe a self-sacrifice is the only way to overcome him. The theories have been going around, but does Millie's reaction suggest that? I would say not. Look at her again. First off, it's important to remember that any common fan theory you have or seen is something she has also considered or thought about for herself. Like, don't you think Millie has wondered over these 5 seasons if 11 was going to die at the end? I very much doubt she wants 11 to die, but she's been asked about it and considered it herself. Look at how she describes the moment.
I just saw my ending and thought, oh, and then I walked away very slowly.
Let's stop right there. She saw her ending and thought. That immediately tells you it didn't cause a big reaction in her. She didn't freak out or go, oh my god. She also wasn't sad by what she saw.
Oh, and then I walked away very slowly.
That isn't a sad reaction. I think she would be sad if Elle was dying. So this is more than enough to conclude 11 will not die in Stranger Things 5. She will have some sort of happy or bittersweet ending. She had a horrible childhood, something you can barely imagine. It would be an injustice for her to die before she can fully overcome her beginning and enjoy life to the fullest. So whatever does happen, she will get that chance. And now that we know that 11 lives to the end, what can we decipher about her reaction? Are there any other clues? I think there are. Now, she mentioned seeing it on the whiteboard. By the way, this is the whiteboard she was referring to. So basically, she was in the writer's room and saw the final story beat for 11 written on this board. Look at what she says when she saw that story beat.
Yes, basically, I messaged the directors and thought, can I come over and have a meeting with you? And then I came over and then there was a whiteboard.
So you've written your own ending?
No, I just saw my ending and thought, oh, and then I walked away very slowly.
So again, she didn't have any immediate reaction. She didn't say anything aloud. Instead, she was thinking to herself.
Saw my ending and thought.
Now you think about what that means. What was going on? When would a girl go, oh, think. No, not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter, people. Seriously, we're being serious. Her reaction.
I just saw my ending and thought, oh, and then I walked away very slowly.
She was thinking about it, going, oh, to herself. This is someone putting together the pieces of a puzzle. Imagine you have a puzzle and you're trying to get it all together and make the picture come out, but it's unclear. You can't figure it out. Then slowly you realize if this piece goes here and that goes there and the other one over there, oh, suddenly you see it. You go, oh, it all makes sense. That is what happened to Millie. She saw 11's conclusion on the whiteboard and it was like the missing piece of the puzzle. She wasn't shocked or anything like that. I get it now. Now it all makes sense. Everything slowly came together in her mind. It connected. She could now see the bigger picture. So what you and I need to do is figure out what that puzzle piece would be. She's not dying, that's not it, we know that. But then what? It seems most likely there has to be a connection between her powers, Vecna, or number 1, and all the experiments at Hawkins' lab with the Upside Down. This includes season 2, where she sought out her mother and found number 7. Also, it's true 11 and 1 fought while they were still in the lab. It caused everything. But I think there's more to this. Vecna had a personal vendetta against 11. That's why he grabbed Nancy. He wasn't trying to kill her, at least not right away.
I want you to tell her everything you see.
I mean, isn't that kind of odd? Frankly, with all the killing and stuff he's got going on, why did he suddenly want to send this message to 11? That he's gonna destroy Hawkins? Like, surely he realizes 11 would figure that out. No need for personal message delivered via Nancy. Plus, Nancy never actually delivered the message. That's sort of weird too. He broke through, the city opened up before Nancy ever said anything to her. No sign she ever even passed on that message or mentioned it. Is that relevant? It's unclear if this is actually important in the grander context or was just a plot device to set up the cliffhanger between season 4 parts 1 and 2. I do think it's important, and I do think the missing puzzle piece puts this all together. Somehow L's powers, as well as Vecna's and even Seven's, are all connected to the Upside Down in some way. It's not enough to simply close the gate to the Upside Down. Somehow it must be turned right side up. And there's one final missing piece of the puzzle. I referred to it as the Harry Potter twist. That basically means in a fantasy genre show, you accept certain powers and abilities as magic. But deep underneath, there's actually an explanation for it all. Elle has telekinesis and so does Vecna, and they have all these powers. From the first episode, you just accepted it even though it defies physics. Who cares, right? Except the show has tried to place itself in the real world. The real world where a young girl can do all this stuff. I suspect somehow the source of 11's power, as well as all the others, is actually the Upside Down. In fact, the Upside Down is the way it is because power gets drained from it to the real world. It doesn't really make sense, yeah, it's still fantasy, but it provides a sort of rationale for everything we've seen in the show. That means if 11 and the rest can undo the Upside Down, they restore the balance between the two worlds. She can no longer tap into the Upside Down to draw energy, which means she no longer has her powers. It basically means the source of her power, the Upside Down, is cut off. This would eliminate her power as well as Seven, Vecna, and everyone else. Wouldn't it make sense the Upside Down is the actual source of all this power, and that's why the Upside Down is the way it is? It sounds like something that's been in front of us this whole time. It's a missing puzzle piece that would make Millie go,
"Oh," and then I walked away very slowly.
It completes the picture. She can win, but has to sacrifice her power forever. It would be a bittersweet ending, but happy nonetheless. Have a great day. I'll see you at the next watch party.